Bonjour les amis, bonjour mes élèves, bonjour tout le monde. Hey everyone, I'm back here at my secret underground lair where I get all my Frenchy work done. No, just a regular little place, but it's got a whiteboard and a chalkboard, but who uses chalkboards anymore? We use the whiteboard. We're here today for Chapter 5 material, okay, French kids? Chapter 5, this is a chapter where we're going to learn how to go out to places. We're going to go here, go there, go everywhere. And we're going to also learn how we're going to do something. I'm going to do my French assignment for this video. I'm going to study French even though there's no school. I am going to have so much fun when we get back in school. So we're going to really learn the word to go in this chapter, Chapter 5. And we're going to learn places, cafes, restaurants. This chapter really focuses on going out to eat, all right? But in addition to learning to go in this chapter, we're also going to learn how to say to take something. So if we go to a restaurant, oh, what are you going to take? I'm going to take lobster and a steak. I'm going to have surf and turf, all right? So whatever. I hate lobster. I don't even know why I came up with that. But anyway, so we're going to learn the verb to go in this chapter. We're going to learn the verb to take in this chapter, and we're going to learn how to say to the. So if I want to say I'm going to the restaurant, how do I say to the restaurant? Or if I want to say I am talking to the students via YouTube, how do I say to the students? We'll also learn how to say of the and from the. We're not doing all of that in this video. Don't get freaked out. I'm just setting you up for what this next series of videos is going to be about, the Chapter 5 series of videos. And we're going to start today with the verb aller. Now, this is Chapter 5. You really need to get into your textbook, look at the vocabulary, do your vocab list. I'm not going to go over the whole vocab list with you in these videos. You need to do and go over your vocab so that when you're doing the exercises, you know those words. Okay? On est prêt? We're ready? Vous êtes prêts? Are y'all ready? On y va. On y va. Oh, that's the first one we can start with. On y va. On y va. On y va. On y va is an expression that we French use all the time. And on y va means let's go. Let's get it. Let's do this. Right? On y va. Why am I bringing it up? Because that word va is our verb aller. You know the verb to let's go? On y va is like let's get going. Right? Let's do this. Let's get going. So that's the verb va. Also, we might say allons-y. Hey, Doctor Who fans. Y'all know this one? Allons-y. Allons-y. Allons-y is the same thing as on y va. Allons-y means let's go. On y va, let's go. Let's go. Now, the on is a third person singular, which is why we have va. And then allons, which is our verb aller also, but this got the O-N-S ending, O-N-S, so that's like nous, that's the us. But both of them mean let's go. On y va, allons-y. On y va, allons-y. On y va, allons-y. So let's get going. We're going to talk about that letter Y, pronounced E. On y va and allons-y. We'll talk about that. I don't know if I'll get it in this lesson, but we're going to talk about that in this chapter. Okay? So here we go. The verb to say to go is the verb aller. Aller. To go. Aller. It's pronounced aller. Aller. It's an ER verb, but whoop, time out. Bing, 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 bing. You'll remember that when we were learning how to do ER verbs, we learned that there were certain endings for ER verbs. You drop the ER and you add E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, NT. And I told you that that's how you do almost every ER verb. So once you can do one ER verb, you can do just about every other one. I said, but there is an ER verb. If you remember, I told you there's an ER verb that doesn't follow that rule. It's irregular. It was the verb aller. We're finally here. We're at that verb. The verb aller does not do this. So I'm going to do something that you don't do. Do not copy this. The verb aller does not do ALLE. A-L-L-E-S, A-L-L-E, A-L-L-O-N. Oh, wait, it does do this one. It doesn't do this. Okay? So it's not going to follow that. So it makes it irregular. So now let's get what you really do have to do. Let's get how we really are going to do. Aller, aller. And it's a little bit like, where did the French come up with this? It doesn't even match. That's what it's going to be like. But here we go. So the way we're going to say, I go or I'm going. I go or I'm going. It's going to be je vais. Je vais. I go, I'm going. So I'm going to upload this video today. And it'll appear, it is going to appear on Friday maybe, or maybe Monday of next week. Might give us a break. So je vais, I go or I am going. I do go. You go, you are going. You do go. Tu vas. Tu vas. Tu vas. Don't pronounce that S. Tu vas. Je vais, tu vas. Il. You know what? I'm going to do this. Whoop. Whoop. Comme ça. Like that. Comme ça. Il. Elle. On. Va. They're pronounced the same. Because why? Right. We don't pronounce that S. So if we're not pronouncing the S, it's va, and then that's va. So they're pronounced exactly the same way. Je vais, I go, I am going. Je vais à l'école. Ce matin, je vais aller à l'école. I'm going to go to school. Je vais à l'école ce matin. I'm going to school this morning so I can upload the video. Okay. Tu vas. Tu vas à l'école aujourd'hui? Tu vas à l'école aujourd'hui? Are you going to school today? Tu vas à l'école? No, you're not going to school. On ne va pas. On ne va pas à l'école. We don't go to school. On ne va pas à l'école. We don't go to school. Then, nous. Now here, this one's okay. This one's like, whew, oh, I recognize how to do this one. Nous allons. Nous allons, nous allons, nous allons. Now, this is allons, but because the S and the A are going to make that little sound, the liaison, they're going to kiss, they love each other. They're going to make that little sound. Nous allons, nous allons, nous allons. And the same thing's going to happen over here for vous. Vous allez, vous allez. It's going to be recognizable how we do this one. This is vous. It's allez. Vous allez. So these two are just like you learned for ER verbs. These two, in fact, when we're going to learn all the other verbs, we're going to notice that the nous and the vous form, they kind of stay like pretty regular with all the among all the different forms. The major changes will happen like on this side in here. The major changes. All right. So je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, on va. Nous allons, vous allez. Vous allez. Now, the last one is going to be different. This one's different. Il, elle, pluriel. So the plural il, the plural elle, not ils, not elles. Il, elle, which means they, vont. Ils vont. Elles vont. You'll notice the vont, I don't know where the V's come from on vais, va, and vont. Where does that all come from? I'm sure somebody out there in YouTube land who's got nothing better to do. It's the middle of the night wherever you are and you're bored to death. And you're like, I know the reason why. I'm going to let that French teacher know exactly the reason why. He doesn't know anything. He thinks he knows French. He doesn't know why there's a V in there. Well, let me know. Let us all know. We want to be enlightened. All right. Maybe one of my students is going to go now and do some little Googling or whatever, and they're going to come up with it and put it in the comments. I dare you. I dare you to put it in the comments. I want to see that. I'm waiting. So, aller, to go. Je vais, tu vas, il, elle, on va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont, and that means I go, I am going. You go, you are going. He goes, he is going. She goes, she is going. Everyone goes, everyone's going. We go, we're going. They go, they're going. People go, people are going. Everybody. So on. We go, we're going. Y'all go, y'all are going. They go, they are going. All right. So we've got the verb aller. Now let's look at how it's going to be used in some sentences. Okay, so now we're going to get some sentences. Nous allons préparer des phrases. We're going to prepare some sentences. Nous allons utiliser le verbe aller dans les phrases. Nous allons, nous allons, nous allons, nous allons, nous allons. We just saw that one. What is that? We're going. Nous allons utiliser. Utiliser. Do you remember that one from the list of all the ER verbs that we had to learn for a test? What does utiliser mean? Nous allons utiliser. So we are going to use. We are going to use. Excellent. We're going to use. Look at this. Okay, now let's stop here for that right now. So it's not only we're going to a place. Remember, it's also we're going to do things. And if you remember, I've got verb 1 and verb 2. Verb 1 and verb 2. If I'm using it in a sentence, and there are two verbs, one right after the other, with the same subject, remember what our rule was? What do you do to the first verb? Conjugate it. And what do you do to the second verb? Keep it in the infinitive. So here we go. Nous allons utiliser le verbe aller dans des phrases. Oups. Nous allons utiliser le verbe aller dans des phrases. We're going to use the verb to go in some sentences. And I just did it. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Check me out. All right, so here we go. Let's get some other sentences that are going to go up there. Let's say, for example, I'm going to the restaurant. No, that's not do that one first. I'm going to school. I'm going to school. Okay, so I am going to school. So I want to say I'm going. I'm going. Je vais. Je vais. Je vais. Je vais. Je vais. I'm going to school. And so school is a call. Okay. Now here's the weird thing for French. How we say to school. To is okay. So here's a tricky thing, and it's weird for us in English. That's like I would just want to say je vais à l'école. Je vais à l'école. But the French can't do that. They can't say je vais à l'école. What the French actually are saying when they say I'm going to school, to school, to school, what the French are actually leaving in, but we take out. We take out, they leave in. What are we leaving out? There's something right here that we're leaving out. We're leaving out the word the. We're leaving out the word the. We just say I'm going to school. But the French have to put that word in there. Okay, they have to put the. So they have to say à l'école. Now this one really is going to take some practice for you to get in the handle of it, to get the hang of it, because you're going to want to leave it out. And the reason you're going to want to leave it out is because we don't have it in English. But even though we don't have it in English, the French have to have it. They have to have it. Je vais à l'école. Je vais à l'école. I'm going to school. All right. Or if, say, for example, I want to say I'm going to the house. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Okay? So je vais où? Je vais où? Je vais où? Je vais où? Where am I going? Je vais, and then at my house, to my house. I'm going to my house. How do I say my house? Remember? Chez moi. Chez moi. Chez moi. Chez moi. Je vais chez moi. All right, so that's a sentence. All right, let's take another one. Let's do a restaurant or cafe now. Now, this one is going to be a little more complicated. And do I want to get into that? Did you go over your vocabulary words? Pause now and go look at your vocabulary words. Okay, so you're back, and we want to say restaurant or cafe. So here's the deal. To say restaurant or cafe, going to the restaurant, going to the cafe, let's go in slow motion right here because something's going to happen. If I want to say, he's going, he's not going. Y'all can't go to cafes or restaurants now under the quarantine unless you're doing some pickup, huh? So maybe we'll learn that word. I might have to throw that one in there. Like I'm gonna get takeout. We'll do that one, but not in this video. So he's going to the restaurant. He's going to the restaurant. So he is going to we'll go cafe because it's a shorter word. So going to the cafe. Now in French, how do I say he is going? How do I say he is going? So I'm going to say il, and then my is going. Remember that my is going is not going to be a for is, right? So it's going to be instead, the is just helping the going out. It's just helping out the going. And my real verb is the going. So if we go back to what we just learned in the other video, or if you copied it down, you should have been copying down the verb chart a while ago. You look at your verb chart, you just copy down. Il va. Il va. So far, so good. He is going, and then now I need to do to the cafe. Okay. So here's where it's going to get a little tricky. This part's in slow motion, and it's not correct. But you need to see it to get it correct. To the cafe. So the way we said to was a, and then I want to say the cafe. And so when you looked at your vocab list, you saw that cafe and restaurant were both masculine. So it would be le cafe. All right? So now that looks right? He's going to the cafe. Of course, it's not that simple because we're dealing with French. So, this a and this le together, a strange bit of chemistry happens between the two of them. And it's called a contraction. But that ain't no contraction. I don't care if they call it a contraction. It's not a contraction. A contraction would be like if I said, do not. And I wanted to make a contraction, it'd be don't. I would just put the two words together and take a letter out. Right? Or if I said, will not. Well, that's a tricky English one. Let's go with cannot. Can not. And I would say can't. I take out, right, an N, and I take out an O. I took out two letters to get can't. That's okay. But what I did was, all the letters, so I just took out this letter, and I took out this letter. But I'm left with the same letters. Or right here, I took out this letter. But I'm left with the same letters. That's a contraction. What's going to happen right here, they call a contraction. It's not a contraction. It's a change. They're going to change this. The a and the le, when we're putting them together, a and le, is going to change to o. Where do you come from? It wasn't in either one of those words to begin with. But it's going to change to O. O. So, il va au café. And what does O mean? O means a, le. O means a, le. So, il va au café means il va à le café. He's going to the cafe. So, O means... and just circle that up. O means to the, because what we've done is we've taken a and le, and we've crushed them together into o. Il va au café. Il va au café. All right, let's do another one. So today is, it might be Friday when I put this video up. So I'm going to pretend like it's Friday, though I might make it move to Monday when I schedule it. But let's pretend it's Friday. So I might say it's Friday night. Where are y'all going tonight? Where y'all going tonight? Or you have big plans? You're going to a party? Shouldn't be. What you're going to do, you're going to turn on some social media. Somebody's going to play a little DJ music. I've seen those people on Facebook. They're listening to some DJ through Facebook and having a Facebook party with the DJ. Are y'all going somewhere to a party, or are you just going to stay home? So where are y'all going? Where are y'all going this evening? Where are y'all going this evening? So y'all are going. We'll just do the simple form of the question. Y'all are going where? Y'all are going where? We'll make it the simple form, right? We'll just do subject verb like a regular sentence, like a regular declarative sentence, but we'll just turn it into a question. Y'all are going where? So y'all are going, y'all is vous, and then are going, vous allez, vous allez. Are going is aller, and then où. Vous allez où? Vous allez où? And then when I say, oh, we're going to the party. Ah, we're going to the party. We're going to the party. So let's go ahead and put that down. We're going to the party. So now I have my two choices to say we're going. Go ahead and pause the video and noodle through that for a moment. Work on these yourself. We're going to the party. We're going to the party. Did you work through it? I can say for we're going, I could say nous allons. Nous allons. But I could also say, and in spoken French, I'm more likely to say not nous allons, but I'm more likely to say, instead of nous allons, I'm more likely to say on va. Right? So I'm more likely to say on va. So those are my choices to say we're going, nous allons or on va. In spoken French, probably it's on va. On va. And now I want to say to the party. So here we go again. A while ago for the restaurant, I had to the cafe or to the restaurant. Now I've got to the party. So let's go in slow motion a little bit right here. Just, did you work on it yourself? Did you try it out? What did you come up with? So to is a, and then party is fête. So that's to, how do I say the party? Remember, party was feminine. La. À la fête. Okay. Do I do any of those strange things like we did a while ago? I wanted to say to the cafe, and I had to change a and le to o and u. Now I've got a and la. Do I change it? No. I don't know why. We're going to keep a and la. So a and la stays the same. À la fête. À la fête stays the same. Okay? So à la fête is to the party. One more practice on this. Okay? So one more practice and then we'll shut it down for today. So suppose we want to say, we want to get away from everybody, do a little social distancing. What's one of the best places to do social distancing? Go out in the woods, go camping. Yeah, get out there, get the tent, right? The tent, and you go out in the middle of the woods. And snakes are starting to move right now because it's all warming up, but that's That's okay. They won't bother you. Just get the tent out there. Hey, nous allons faire du camping. Nous allons faire du camping. So let's go do some camping. So we're going to say, hey, where are they going? Where are they going this weekend? Where are they going this weekend? Where are they going? Where are they going? So let's do the where in the front this time. So I'm going to put the where in the front. So I'm going to say, where are they going this weekend? I ran out of room, so we just put WE for weekend. Okay. So where are they going? So if I want to say where in the front, it's going to be où. Now, remember that this R right here is not going to get translated. That's our R that's actually with the going. But this word R is going to get, it doesn't get, the meaning is not the same, but we're going to put esca. Now, esca doesn't mean R. That's not what it means, okay? Remember, I just said, don't even worry about what it means. It doesn't matter what it means, okay? But that R and that esca are going to go. So, où esca. So now I've got my R covered. They going. They. Il. We're going to assume it's a mixture of guys and girls. Maybe it's all guys. Going. Vont. Où est-ce qu'ils vont? Où est-ce qu'ils vont? Now here, I've got my E and my I, and that's vowels that can't touch. So remember what we have to do. We have to put our contraction. That's a contraction. That's a contraction. I took the E out and I put an apostrophe. Voila, a contraction. So, où est-ce qu'ils vont ce weekend? And the French just say weekend. So weekend. Où est-ce qu'ils vont ce weekend? Où est-ce qu'ils vont ce weekend? And we're going to say they're going to the woods. They're going to the woods. They are going. Ils vont to the woods. Do you remember the word for woods? Right now. Here we're going to get a little tricky. Go ahead and try it. To the woods, and then come back. Okay. But I warned you it was tricky. So how do we say to? And then remember how we said woods was bois. And you'll remember that woods, just like in English, is plural, to the woods. So it was les bois. Are you proud of yourself? Did you put that? Well, that's good, but there's a problem. So be proud of yourself if you got that far, because what I'm about to show you is brand new. And if you did this, that's okay, because that's what I'd have expected you to do, because we haven't learned it until now. So now we're going to learn that and the lay. There's going to be a contraction between the and the lay, the to and the. Not a real contraction. It's like the other contraction. It's a false contraction. But we're going to have to change this. And lay are going to get changed to O with an X. Why with an X this time? Because it's plural. So this O means to the, right? So that's what it means. It means to the, but it was and lay. So because lay is plural, I'm putting my X. Right? So ils vont au bois. They're going to the woods. To the woods. All right. So I'm just going to review really quickly something that we learned with this, and then we're going to have another video on another day that's going to have a bunch of practice sentences in it, okay? So we don't have any practice sentences in today's video. It's just kind of watching this and seeing how to do it, but I want to review this with you. If I want to say to the, to the is going to be a, le, la, l'apostrophe, le. So a, le, a, la, a, l'apostrophe, a, le. Those are my ways to say the. But what we learned today is if I want to say a, le to the with a masculine like to the cafe, then this would be o. And if I wanted to say a la like to the party, this would stay a and la. And if I want to say to the with L apostrophe, L apostrophe, like to the school, à l'école. And if I want to say to the with le, this would be au, like au bois, like au bois. So what we saw today was that a plus le becomes o. And we saw that a plus le becomes o with an x because it's plural. All right, I'm up above 30 minutes now. And if you've got all through this, that's great. We're not going to have any more practice. We'll get to practice in another video. And I miss y'all once again. Je suis fier d'être Cajun. Fier d'être Cajun. To be. Remember how do you say to be? To be is être. Être. So this is proud. Fier d'être Cajun. Fier d'être Cajun. And you too should be proud to be from South Louisiana. We have a unique culture here, and we're learning some of the French stuff. And go ahead and leave some comments about how proud you are to be here in Louisiana, what you're doing for this whole quarantine thing. And if you're ready to get back to school, give me some notes. I want to interact with you. So go ahead and leave those notes. And go to my teacher webpage, which will be in the description link, to see all the other videos and the other assignments. And I look forward to seeing you at the beginning of May. Fingers crossed. Croisez les doigts. Croisez les doigts. Cross your fingers. If this video has come out on Friday, which might not, I hope you have a good Friday. It's Good Friday on Friday. Ooh, I'm not putting this video out on Good Friday. Just had a different idea. Working on something different. See y'all later. By this point, I should be able to say Happy Easter. Joyeuse Pâques. Joyeuse Pâques. Joyeuse Pâques.